Join us live on the Sherry Lord Talk Show podcast. Start your day off with the Higher Vibrational Podcast with weekly guests covering spirituality, healthy foods, and so much more. Go to sherrylord.com for more info. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm your influencer host, Sherry Lord. Just a note, you can place an ad with us on our show. For more info, go to www.sherrylord.com/podcast. These are paid ads. If you want to advertise your events or yourself or a product, please get a hold of me at sherrylord.com/podcast. And we have a very special guest, Kathleen Sherman. She's been with us many times, and we love having her on our show. And we're so happy she is joining us today. And welcome, Kathleen, because your topic, and we're really excited about this conversation, is live in harmony to heal yourself. And let me say a little bit about Kathleen. Kathleen is a shamanic medical intuitive, a psychic medium, an angel channel, Reiki master, and author. And she combines medical intuition, shamanism, and quantum healing to help her clients in all stages of the ascension process, and so much more. We're going to find out so much more about her. She's got some new things happening. Make sure you chat in order to get the giveaway. She's given a giveaway. It's a course, Opening Your Third Eye. You definitely don't want to miss this giveaway. So make sure you chat so we can do a drawing. You have to do it between 10 and 10:30 to be able to be entered into the drawing. Welcome, Kathleen.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm so excited. And I was just thinking, I was just told by Spirit to give away. I do have to say the course that is free for anybody, but they just told me to give away a psychic mediumship course, which is actually quite expensive, that goes along with my second book. So anybody can do the third eye one. I hope that's okay.
And great. Now
a psychic mediumship course, which is $100. So absolutely.
Yeah. So you're going to be giving away the what are you giving away at this one? Everyone gets the third eye one is free because they can.
The third eye one is free for everybody. That one's an hour and 15-minute course through my website, and it's just free. You can just sign up through my website and get it for free. It's about how to tap into your third eye and inner child and aspect of your fun self to use your imagination and open your third eye. But the one that the free giveaway for this person, sorry, they changed it at the last minute.
No, it's okay, but the giveaway is fine. We want to make sure everybody's clear when they're watching us. So you know what they're getting.
So the person who will get the free giveaway, the other free giveaway is the psychic mediumship course online also. That one's about a $100 course, and I'll give that one away for free.
That is awesome. Well, you guys, make sure you chat. We want to say thank you to Beth Perry. Good morning to you too over there in Michigan. You know, have your cup of coffee and your tea ready because we have an awesome conversation here. Yeah, Kathleen, we were talking about living in harmony to heal yourself. There's so much discord going on. How do you do that?
Well, it's so funny because I think in human society as a whole, we're living in this rat race, and there's this whole underbelly of all of this energy that we just aren't aware of. And, all of a sudden for me, I kind of knew that was there in some way, shape, or form, but didn't understand it until 2014 when my mom passed and I went through awakening. I've talked about that before, but I was living and running and not conscious of all the things in the universe. And I think that when that kind of opened me up to Reiki and energy healing, which I didn't even know existed, which is funny. And I had read many books by mediums and things like that, but I never really they told their story, but they didn't tell me how to do some of the stuff. And I didn't realize that I could. The thing is everybody's intuitive, and we are taught that a little bit, but we're taught to go with our gut. And like, I remember going through, when I worked in the corporate world, you'd go through trainings and they would say, listen to your guy. I worked in a hospital, and I remember there was a training video, and it said, if there's like somebody who's acting not right and you're in danger, I'll put it that way, go with your gut on what you should do instead of saying, oh, you should do this one thing. If there's something that tells you to go with your gut, then do it. This is what we have kind of put under the rug. We have not been using our intuition as much as we can. And this is where all of a sudden, for me, it was all opened up. And I had to kind of learn how to work with that. That's why there are people like you and me out there to help people along the way. And what's going on is there's a large worldwide spiritual awakening where people are starting to wake up and tune in. And sometimes that can be tough and it can be scary and you don't know what to do or how to work with it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pieces of that where we don't feel like we live in harmony. Number one, people are so busy. They are so busy working and trying to make money, trying to live the American dream, or, not just America, but live the dream, make money, worried about that kind of thing instead of living a life of substance and taking care of themselves first and foremost. And when we don't take care of ourselves, we get sick, we feel bad, we feel lethargic, and we aren't happy. And there's so many people right now that just aren't happy. But I wanted to put out there that you don't have to be that way. And this is interesting. I had an experience just recently, and I won't say who it is or any of that type of thing, but a lot of times people are just unhappy in life and things are happening in their life with somebody else. And I told this person, you need to go deeper into doing your own work because of your experiences with that person or in a job or whatever. And I don't think people realize, this is where I didn't realize it before, that this is all a system to help us grow as a soul, this human existence. We are here to learn and grow and expand and figure out what's going on deep inside us that isn't in harmony, and why we are doing the things that we do without knowing why. So, if you have, and that's where, not just hypnotherapy, but doing your inner work.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows how to do that until you do it. You can go to a therapist and do those types of things, but therapists are wonderful. And some therapists do many modalities, but things like what we do, and just like with your Eroth series and things like that, is to help people basically dig into their treasure chest of who they really are that they don't know exists. So people are living at a different frequency, and you can you can figure out how to go within yourself, which is within your inner temple. I call it the inner temple, or your inner self, to go in and find those places of disharmony so that you can find those and really dig inside and look at them and find ways to lift them up and heal. And a lot of times I will work with people on, like going within and seeing it in a vision. Like one example is when I work with people, because I combine all those modalities and I can see it in my mind's eye. Like I'll see within their body or in their consciousness pieces of themselves, like soul fragments that are not happy. So, and that can be from this lifetime or other lifetimes, like experiences that weren't good or didn't feel good for them. And they kind of emotionally get stuck and trapped in that state. And that stays within their body and in their consciousness. I hope that makes sense the way I'm explaining it.
Yeah, it does. It really, really does. Is there any tools that you can kind of give them, like if something's going on, give a situation and how they can, how do they go in a little bit? I mean, you're not going in depth with it, but a little bit of tools to help them to kind of go deeper. Is there a word they say? Is there something they can do to go more inward?
Absolutely. And when you feel like you're triggers, when you feel triggered, like somebody says something to you, or you meet somebody and you're like, ooh, I just don't like them. Something rubs me wrong about them. You know what I mean? There is something that is showing you that there's something there to look at. So whether it's somebody that you just came in contact with, or something that somebody says to you, or an experience that just you all of a sudden are in the middle of and you don't feel right. There's something that's knocking at your door, so to speak, and saying, we're trying to show you. So this is your helpers, your inner self, your higher self, trying to help you to open up. And it's like they're all guiding you and pointing in a direction. One thing that it's beautiful to say, and actually this happened to me so many times because I had lots of physical pain in my body.
Yeah.
And when I was starting to awaken, I didn't understand what that was. Well, honestly, it was experiences from past lives that where I had been seriously injured or abused in certain ways. And they came up with me. I can actually see them in my mind's eye, and I saw it. Or I would just feel it for a long time. And then, what I did was I said, okay, can you please show me what the root is of what this feeling is? Can you show me or let me see or feel or sense in some way? Because our senses are very broad. Everybody has a different way of seeing, sensing, and feeling, intuiting. And so you can say, even if you don't know who your spirit guides are, you can just say, okay, please show me what I need to see to help me dig into myself to heal this. And the cool thing is you will be shown, you will be sent right to that place, maybe that place and time for yourself. And if I would say too, if that doesn't feel comfortable for you, then find somebody who can help you get to those places, because that's why there are people like us out here. We've learned how to do that work. And Sherry I have, and if every single person who is doing this work should be doing their work along. It is never, I want to say it's not that it's never ending, but you're always being faced with something that you need to look at all through life. And it's a part of the learning process of life. And just like Sherry we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
What happens is instead of having to die and reincarnate multiple times, we stay alive and we shed that skin over and over and over. And we rebuild ourselves in this new energy. And so we don't have to die and come back over and over and over again. So it's basically getting us to the state of a higher vibration. And each time you let go of that dead weight, and you can do that with some visualizations and even just generic meditations. The people who do yoga or who do meditations regularly, when I look in their energy field, I will see so much less baggage to them, because they're generally releasing their emotional stuff. And I've noticed doing even yoga videos, it's like you'll be on a down dog and your head's down, and they'll say, let go of everything that you're holding on to. So this is where we're holding on to all of this stuff from a lifetime, and actually multiple lifetimes of stuff. And it affects us down to the core. It affects our nerves. It affects our body. It affects our tissues. And if you can find ways of lifting that out and releasing it, and sometimes having to really deep dive in and look in, like that would be more of a, deep dive in well, there's actually many different ways of doing that stuff. You can go to a sound healing and release something and you don't even know what it is. That's why sound healings are really good. You can do Tai Chi, you can do yoga, you can do all of these things, and you can do meditations, and you can do psychic healings. You can do courses like ours, like the things that we're doing to help you basically release what is no longer serving you and to step up into a higher vibration. And every single time you do even one little bit of that work, you step up to a little bit of a higher platform, and you can breathe easier. You feel better. You feel more invigorated. Your body heals. Your consciousness heals. And the more you do it, the more you feel just amazing. And I can say, last year was a little bit tough, but going through some of those things, and a lot of people were on this big roller coaster, just realize that roller coaster, don't harp on some of the bad things that have happened to you. Allow yourself to free yourself of those. Eject, and this is a great visualization, is to envision sandbags or any dead weight that's hanging on you. This is the medical intuitive piece, right? Take a deep breath. Close your eyes and just think, what am I holding on to that's just holding me down, making me angry, making me drag my feet in life? and let it go into the earth, and just step forward, move on, move up, and open your heart more for more conscious light to come in, more of that source light. And the more you do it, the more you just want to giggle, dance, and have fun. And that's the other thing I would say is we don't take enough time to have fun. We don't take enough time as a society to take care of ourselves. And so we get tired, we get exhausted. And so it's really important to put numero uno first, I heard, put ourselves first, and to say, I can't do 500 things at once. I can't be in 5 places at once. I'm sorry, I can't do that today. Or, this is where stepping back and giving yourself a little bit of self-love is really, really important, and saying, I can't take care of you today because I'm falling apart today. This is where we haven't learned as a society all the way to do that. And if you can at least let a few things go in your life, those strings and chords, you disconnect from that and you stand in your own power and in your own energy. Another thing they're telling me to just mention is the chords. We connect with with people and experiences to chords and things like that. Yeah. And that is a big thing, that people are entangled so much recently in all this stuff, and it just locks them up. It's like you're stuck with barbed wire, or wrapped with energy that is just binding you up. And if you can just let go, or just envision dissolving all of that entanglement that you have to things that, a lot of times, things that just really irritate you, just make you mad, those things just bind you up. It just takes its toll. And if you can just envision letting that go and saying, I am free, I no longer need this, that's another way of letting go. So those are some, what I would call release techniques. And there's lots more of saying, okay, I don't need this. It's not allowing me to live my best life. And just envision yourself lifting up or stepping forward out of the space that you were stuck in or trapped in. Because how I see it a lot of time is, if people look trapped, they look like they're trapped in a cell, or, you know what I mean? There's different visualizations where if you can close your eyes and see, where am I in this? Am I open and free? And a lot of times are just as scared to move forward because we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's happening in the world. And if you can let go of all of those, this is the next thing they're telling me. If we can also let go of what we are afraid or worried about for the future or the past, and just bring ourselves back to the present moment, that's where we create our most beautiful life. And that also lets us disconnect from all of that stuff in the past and the future, and just focus in on us and our divine self. And it's so much, that's another form of like letting the cords go or dissolving them. It's just being who you are and feeling your divine presence, because a lot of times we've forgotten that. So we are an aspect of divine light, and we came here, and you know what your original soul looks like? It looks like just a bunch of light. It looks like beauty. But what happens is we dull ourselves down with our emotions and our experiences and our worries and all of that stuff. You can step out of, you can just envision stepping out and just shedding it all. So this is how you can be in harmony and really learn to tap into the you that's attached to the divine above and below and is in the middle of your heart. That beautiful divine aspect of you that lives right here, that has been there all the time, but has been covered with muck. Is that a good way of putting it? And so if you can do that, and like I said, it may be a lot of really cool experiences are moving meditations like Tai Chi, Qigong, even doing yoga, even some stretches where you're just like envisioning letting go of all that heavy weight that's in your head. Yeah. That is how you just shut off all that stuff that isn't really making you live a better life, but it's things that you've held on to. If you can just envision and just take a deep breath and let them go, it helps you to expand. It helps you to connect to source, to the divine easier. It helps you to be more open. You'll just know things that you didn't know before. And Spirit wants me to tell you, it's really fun to work with them because they make you giggle, they make you laugh, and you never know what's going to come next. That's why they threw that in. They're like, oh, give them a psychic mediumship class. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. But they're funny. So allow them to come in and assist you, because you have so much help. You have no clue. And most of us have so many divine guides and angels around us. It's insane. And people are walking around and just don't know this. And you're living in a dark place where you're all focusing in on what's going on in the 3D world, but there's so much more beauty out there that you can connect to. And basically they are your lifelines as well, helping you along your path. And the people on the earth, like Sherry, like all of these divine people who are doing this work. And like me, what we do is we have figured out how to do this divine work. And it's like we're standing there going, here's my hand. Let me help you. Let me give you the tools that you need, because we didn't always have the tools. But Sherry gave me a lot of my tools. So that's beautiful. You did. And you still do, and that divine connection is so beautiful and so needed, because we all have keys of light. We all have keys and words of wisdom for each other. And so that's where one thing that they also wanted to talk about is a lot of times when you start moving up, you start going through what we call the dark night of the soul, which is kind of negative, but it's a hard time where you're kind of confused and don't understand things. And it happens, and all of us go through it. And it's a rite of passage though. And that's when we sometimes things from our experiences of our life kind of fall away. Marriages, friendships, people who your life may completely change. Let it all go so that you can step into this new aspect of who you are, because you're going to reinvent yourself many times, and you're going to live the life of your dreams if you can allow those things to let go. And that's a big thing right now. We're moving into a beautiful time. Spring is about here. So much. Oh, I can't wait. I'm from Michigan, so I'm like, oh, spring. But the spring is bringing in all this new beautiful growth. And what I see spiritually in my mind's eye is I see this beautiful new spring, and it looks like just tulips and flowers. Everything's budding and opening up. We have new experiences coming in and aligning for us. If you can just let yourself go and take a deep breath and allow yourself to move into who you are supposed to be, it'll shut off all that, and you'll feel happy, grounded, centered, and aligned.
That is beautiful. And we mentioned something about balance. I think balance is very important to do with harmony as well, because we get so overwhelmed, we forget to give ourselves permission to play, to really do things that we love. We get so busy in the mundane, everyday thing that we forget. We let go of some people like to read books, everybody's a little different. What can people do to be aware of it and correct it? I mean, is there a feeling of, what tools can you help people to be aware how important balance is? Balance is very important.
Balance. When you feel yourself stressed out, when you feel yourself tense and angry and just snapping at somebody for no reason, take a deep breath. Meditation is so nice, and guided meditations are great to help you figure out how to do some of that. But take a deep breath and realize, how am I in my life? And this who I want to be. And if not, take a deep breath and shake it off. Shake it off. I'm reminded of that song. I used to teach little girls to pitch. I was a pitcher in college. And I would say, don't let everybody else's thoughts and feelings, everybody's yelling at you. And it's kind of a great symbolism for life. When things are coming at you, shake it off. Just say, oh, I can handle this. The more that you raise up your vibration and envision that ball of light within your heart expanding out, that brings you to a higher vibration. It just kind of cleanses your auric field, your energy field. And just envision that going out and just dissolving in maybe like a golden sunlight within your light body, and just dissolving any harsh things that come at you. Because I think that we take that on a lot of the time too. So envision just expanding your light body with some golden sun energy, and then envision pouring it into you, and stepping back and just letting it just shimmer through your body. Also, like it's similar to a shower meditation, just envisioning a shower meditation. It's
Mhm.
because it's like things that are gnawing at us, we don't realize. And so if you can just take a deep breath and just let all that tension fade, it helps bring you into balance. I see, and I see like a balancing beam or something like that, where, you could just envision, where am I holding tension in my body? Where am I holding tension, and what's this from? And do I care? Take a deep breath and go, and just letting that go, and just envision yourself being grounded and balanced, because we tend to that's where I was saying we hold all this junk in our auric field. They show me all the pictures and all the things that are going around in our mind, because our mind is really the culprit most of the time, right?
Okay.
Worrying about everything. We have to do this. I have to do that. But you have to empty the trash once in a while and just envision. That's actually Qigong. You just take a deep breath and just envision taking the trash out, just releasing and pushing it down into the earth on just a breath. And you could envision light coming through your body, and just, I call it the squeegee effect. Envision like a squeegee coming through your whole body and going, and getting all the yucky stuff out. All the things that you've been worried about and that have been gnawing at you. Just envision it leaving, and then just filling yourself with light. And it helps you to feel back into your body, balanced, grounded, aligned, and able to breathe. So I think that it's interesting if you feel like if your physical body feels like it's under stress in any way, shape, or form, breathing, stress, tension in your body, stretch it out. Use those. It takes 2 seconds to do a couple stretches, and take a breath and just ground. Just envision your energy going down into the earth and anchoring into the earth with roots. That really helps also, just kind of, and envision Mother Earth just pulling out all of that excess stress that you have. And it will help you feel aligned and balanced. One other thing you can do is go just outside barefoot and put your hands on a tree and just allow the tree to help you heal. The trees are like an aspect of the divine Mother Earth, and it'll help to bring you back to ground zero. Think of it as a ground zero, grounding and centering, and just being one with the earth, and kind of seeing your presence on earth as a divine thing. Forgetting about the other stuff in the periphery, right?
Sharon, it's a great techniques, and gets people to remember that they can empower themselves by doing something. And you're also an author, and you have 2 books. I'm going to bring them up. It's going to kind of be in front of us. We can kind of peek to the side, but they can hear us. I'm going to bring up your book.
Yes.
Can you share about your books and how people can order them and how they can get a hold of your books?
Absolutely. So the first one, You're Not Crazy, You're Simply Divine. It's a guide to help you step into your soul's true purpose. That is my stories of my crazy awakening, which is really, really interesting. And I tell you the truth, where a lot of people don't tell you some of the tough stuff. But I also have 11 guided meditations to help you on your journey, angelic meditations to help you build your auric field, to help you clear things if you have anything negative in your space. All of those things. And then the second book is really how to do this work in a deep way. And it is so intensive and so much information on how to be a psychic medium. So it's not, you're not crazy. You're simply a psychic medium. And it's a guide to awaken your divine psychic abilities. It is the base of the medical intuitive class that I also have, because I have courses online. That one is actually, that goes with a course that I have online, and that's the one I'm giving away for free. So it goes with that book, and it helps you learn how to do divination techniques, how to ground, center, align. It teaches you how to raise your vibration. It teaches you how to meet all of your spirit guides. It is literally everything I could think of in a book, and has so much information. It's kind of like a textbook on how to do this divine spiritual work and how to be a medium. It teaches you how to tap into your spirit guides, your angels, and it teaches you how to use some visualization techniques to teach you how to tap into spirit and how to open up your spiritual antenna to spirit source.
Wow, thank you. Now we are going to get really excited because we are ready now to do the drawing. So the thing is, I haven't been able to figure to get it on to show everybody with the confetti going who the winner is. So I'm going to go behind the scene, I want to say thank you to Kathy and Beth who are here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and draw it. Give it just a few minutes, and it just takes a second, and you guys can hear me. Here we go. We're putting it right in there, and now we're going to run it to see who we get. Who wins this? It's running. We're waiting for the confetti to happen. Who is the lucky winner? Beth Perry, you have just won this beautiful gift with Kathleen Sherman, who is a wonderful, famous teacher and psychic herself, medium, and so much more. And you're going to love the gift. And I have, Beth, so you'll be able to connect with her then. So that's pretty cool. Congratulations, Beth. How can people get a hold of you, Kathleen? People that are watching, that will be, these run so much in so many different Facebook, and we're running on YouTube right now. So.
Absolutely. So they can go to KathleenShermanHealing.net and they can find my courses. I do sessions, I do readings, and I also do a lot of mentoring, spiritual mentoring. I teach people how to do psychic abilities, mediumship, medical intuition, shamanism. And it's basically kind of how I do it is I just blend all the modalities and hypnotherapy, all different types of things. And so if you're interested in doing a reading, you can book online. Everything's all through my website. And all my courses are downloadable, just like a Udemy course where you download it, but they're very, very intense and very, very, it's not like you just get a little bit in a course. It's a full course. So absolutely. So all they have to do is just go to my website and they'll find everything they need.
Yeah, you definitely want to connect with Kathleen. She's amazing. You're going to love her. Check out her videos. You also have videos on your website now, right? So people can learn. You're a wonderful teacher, spiritual teacher and channel. So make sure you connect with her. Check her out on her website because you will definitely not be disappointed. She's amazing. She's got gifts. She's got a lot of techniques and tools and a lot of years experience. So thank you, Kathleen, for coming on our show. And thanking everybody for watching us. Thank you so much for joining us. And may you have an amazing, prosperous life, day, and year. Thank you.